So I'm back for another video. I haven't made any for a while, so I decided it's time to make another one. Today I'm going to be talking about fidget spinners and how the fad, I guess, is over. And according to my daughter, they are very cringy. Here is the only fidget spinner that I have that is store-bought. The problem with it is it spins alright, looks alright, but there's a lot of play in the bearing and it doesn't work very well. It's kind of a piece of junk. Like again, that's the only one that I've gotten from the store. All the other ones I've made myself. Are they out of style or fashion and cringy? Possibly, if you buy them. The reason I build them is more of working with wood and more art than anything else. I make all different sizes, styles, and basically what I do is try to figure out different ones that I could try just to see if it's possible to do it. Here's just as examples of some of the different ones that I've made. Some of them work out, some of them don't. I've probably made I don't know, 30 or 40 different styles of spinners just to see which ones I like. Some of them you can inlay names in them, customized for different people. I've had requests for those. I made some for people. Different ones, gear ones, different shaped buttons depending on the animal. Some people like it. This one was made for someone who likes a turtle. Again, here's a different one, a double spinner. This is inside the other one. A whole bunch of different ones I make, and again, just because the spinners may be cringy, but I enjoy making them and the challenge of making them. So that's why I have all these spinners and why I make the spinner videos for people to see. I always make the spinners and they're like, hey, how did you make that? So I try to document. I'm not very good at filming or editing videos, so a lot of them turn out crappy. My latest one, I had a request for a spider web with a spider in it. I thought, hey, that'd be an interesting one to make, so I decided to give it a try. Here is the main body of the spinner itself. As you see, it's pretty thin, but I think it's structurally is still pretty stable because there are so many of the webbing there. It came out a little bit smaller. The next one I'll make, it will be a little bit bigger. This one's a little bit smaller. I did that because of the bearing size that I wanted in it. The first thing I was going to try to do is inlay in wood the button. So this was going to be the button. As you can see, it's a spider inlaid, one type of wood on top of another one. The bottom one's oak. I'm not sure what the top one is. It was a piece of a pallet that somebody gave me. But because his legs are so thin, I don't know if you can see it here, they broke. As I'm trying to mill them, the wood just was not stable enough to make it that small. So I had to come out with another idea of how I'm going to make the buttons. I still want the spider in there. So another thing I did is, here's the beginning of it. I engraved the spider into the button. It's about 1 millimeter down. After engraving it, I go back and clean it up, and this is what the final product looks like. As you can see, it's inlaid in the wood, smooth, perfectly smooth, and then I'll go back and drill the holes and make the buttons out of it. I think this way it looks pretty good. It turned out alright. Once I get the spinner done, I'll show that here in a minute. I've still got to finish the other spider, the other button, and then drill the holes and get it mounted up. But I will show you the final product once it's done. Alright, so I finished the spider spinner, the spider web spinner, I guess, and here it is. There's a spider on the front, and there's the one on the back. Didn't turn out too bad. The one on the front turned out a little bit better than the other one. I could have spent a little more time on it, clean it up, but I don't have much time today, so just trying to get it done. And this one comes in at a little over 60 millimeters, and the button is a little under 18 millimeters. I initially wanted to make the button smaller because the legs were so thin. I had to expand it a little bit to make the spider a little bit bigger, but it still looks alright, and it spins okay. Because of the no weight on it, it's very, very light. It doesn't spin that long. But this one's more for looks than actually using. But you can use it, like all my spinners. Most of them are just for looks, something to try. It does work. Again, that's the spider spinner. I'm thinking maybe in the future I might do some giveaways on some of the spinners. I might make extras to give away to people if they're interested. I've got to see how much time I have, and just watch for my other videos to see if I decide to do that. I might make another one of these for a giveaway. Just put in the comments if you think I should, and we'll see what happens. Hope you enjoyed.